Okay, and we are live. Reporting to you from parts unknown. This is not a fake background. This is not a fake background. This is legitimately the forest of trees in my yard. So do not adjust your cameras. Do not adjust your video. Happy Father's Day. It is on the East Coast, 4:22 p.m. I'm running 2 minutes late, waiting for everyone to flood into this impromptu stream. So I'll give it a little bit of time. No advance notice. Just turning on YouTube, turning on StreamYard, and letting it rip. Let's go. Beautiful day. U.S. Open is on, fourth round. It looks like might be a tight one. Looks like the leaderboard is getting tighter. The golfer that was in first place, and I'm going to actually check right now to see the leaderboard. Had I think a 6-stroke lead going into today, and my understanding is, wow, it is now one shot. Holy moly, he only leads by one shot. What an epic collapse through 7 holes. Wesley Clark, who won the U.S. Open, I believe 2 years ago, something like that, is now 4 under. I believe he started the day at 7 under. He's +3 through 7 holes. Not great. And then second place, it looks like Sam Burns, who also an American golfer, is climbed up the leaderboard, playing well. He's -3, and his total score for the tournament is -3. So he is going in the right direction, creeping up the leaderboard. He's currently in second place, almost tied, one shot behind Wesley Clark. Once again, Wesley Clark, breaking news. Wesley Clark is 4 under for the tournament, +3 for today. Sam Burns on his heels, closing -3 for the tournament, -3 for today through 11 holes. So he's got 7 holes before he gets into the clubhouse. And let's see if that's good enough. If he's going to catch Wesley Clark, it looks like Scotty Scheffler, who I thought would put some heat on Wesley Clark, is also going in the wrong direction, but he's only +1 through 7. He's at even par, within striking distance. There's also 3 other golfers at -1, also with a legitimate shot to win the U.S. Open. And this goes to what I said yesterday, not to you guys, but to anyone who would listen, because I was at a party last night, and I said I would take the field. I would take the field. A lot of pressure on Wesley Clark. No golfer has, in the history of major tournaments, the majors, the 4 majors, that's the U.S. Open, the Open Championship, formerly or also known as the British Open, the PGA Championship, and then the Masters of the 4 majors. No golfer with a 6-stroke lead has lost that lead and gone on to lose the tournament going into the 4th round. It looks like that is a strong possibility on an epic collapse by Wesley Clark, but he is still holding on, so anything can happen. Anyway, we have a couple of viewers so far. Hey, Bob. Happy to see you, man. You are out there in the thick of it. Wow, you can report live. Feel free to hop on. I posted the link. I know you may not want to do that, but you're reporting live on the ground. Clark having a very bad day so far. Let's pull that up. Let's pull that up, because we don't only do Watch Talk here. We do it all. We do it all. Okay. He is reeling, starting off terrible, +3 through 7. That's exactly what the field needed. But the way I look at it, folks that are playing well and moving up the leaderboard are in a stronger position. Too bad he had such a long lead, but a lot of golfers are right back in this thing. Right back in this thing. You have Kim is -1 through even for the day. So he's hanging on through 8 holes. So a lot of golf to go. I want to catch the end of this tournament. So I figured I would jump the stream now. I just got back from a brunch. Happy Father's Day to those dads that are celebrating today. Hopefully you're having a enjoyable afternoon. If the weather is anywhere like it is in the East Coast, it is just spectacular, around 79 degrees, slight breeze. You can see the trees barely moving behind me. I had a nice morning, early morning for me, of pickleball. And let's get into the watches. I do have a topic because this has been on my mind since yesterday. And I will get into that. But I will do a wristwatch check. So I slipped into this after I was wearing some pickle clothes before, but got this light green, lime greenish shirt. And you know what that means. That can only mean one thing. That can only mean that I'm wearing one watch. And that watch would be the AP X Swatch Collab Royal Pop Blau Acht. Blau Acht. German for Blue 8 on a Wrist Buddies rubber strap. There's the pin buckle. Might actually be aluminum. In fact, I think it is. And I think I said it was steel. I stand corrected. I think it's aluminum. I did not check. I do not care. It really, I mean, short of that 12 o'clock crown, which could become a thing. Maybe watchmakers are going to start coming out with watches with 12 o'clock crowns. I wouldn't be surprised. I haven't seen really any of those, but not that I've been looking. I'm sure historically, I know that's the Lapine pocket watch style, as opposed to the other pocket watch style at 3, which is called something else, which I should have memorized, but I didn't. But that's the Lapine. I think the other style begins with an S or an R. Put it in the chat if anyone's watching. I know we got some viewers here. That's good. I gave you guys ample notice of the show. Please upvote, because this show gets no upvotes, no comments, and very few subscribers. So if you're watching this live, hit the upvote button, because we're not going to get many more upvotes after this thing goes to recorded. The algorithm does not recognize Mr. GMT at all. And there we go. So we got a mechanical timepiece here. That is not an automatic. This is not an automatic, no rotor. So it's manual wind. And I was freaking out. And this leads into the topic, because this thing, I woke up and it said 2:30, and I was up at about 7 or even 5:30. I forget. And I'm like, holy crap. I wound this thing. It says to wind it 90 times, and I wound it a lot of times. Unfortunately, I was winding it in the wrong direction. So I had serious questions. Yeah, matchy, Gen G. matchy. It's not a direct color match, but it's pretty close. It's pretty damn close, I gotta say. And this was a free shirt, by the way, that I got out of a credit. So I guess I had an Amex credit from Lululemon. So I'm looking for items that were under, I don't know if it was $25, $50, I forget what, probably 50. And this was one of the few items that I could get. So I had no idea I was going to get this lime green strap, but it is matchy. Yeah, you like that, right? Totally true story. I'm not making that up. I am not making that up. I got Adidas slides too from Costco. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. They feel so comfortable, better than the ones I paid $200 for. Oh, here we have a an oldie but a goodie. Timely Behavior, my guy, with that JLC Reverso. What a watch. Amazing. I have to get a Reverso, Timely. I really do. Hope you're doing well. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to everyone else in the chat. We got so far who's commenting, like, subscribe, and comment. Is Bob NYC. We got Jen G representing for the ladies. And we so far have Timely Behavior. So this watch basically stopped at 2:30. And I was winding it at like midnight. Okay. So wake up. It's supposed to be a 90-hour power reserve. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Something's wrong with this. So I have all the paperwork. I actually called up the Toronto Swatch store, and that matches. Everything is like lining up. This was authenticated, so it said, from eBay. So I'm not that concerned, but what I'm going to show you in terms of the third-party content and content that I've seen on Instagram and YouTube and other social media platforms is very disturbing regarding this piece in particular. And I'm sure it applies to super clones and that type of thing as well. So yeah, I'll just show you guys the movement too, because I didn't do that last time. But this rubber strap, shout out to Wrist Buddies. I mean, they did a tremendous job. It pops in and out, so simple, but I'm not taking it off this, so I'm not going to be wearing it on a lanyard. The only question that this brings up is, what's the next Royal Pop I'm going to get? I am not paying over retail for a second Royal Pop. I will say that on the record here, but don't quote me. As things stand right now, I am not paying over retail for a second one of these, but I'm going to move on from my Moon Swatches, I believe. Maybe I'll keep one. I still have two, but Jupiter could be something I would, give away for a pretty steep discount. And I have that on a Horus rubber strap. So the strap is worth probably more than the watch at this point, but still a workable, functional quartz movement. But check this thing out. So the Royal Pop, it has this power reserve. So supposedly it's 90 hours. So you see how it has those right over here. It's got those gold indications. And this is the System 51 movement, manual wind, right? And it's got those, I guess, 4 gold circles. And so when I was turning it, you're supposed to turn it clockwise from the top, right? But it's hard to know which way that is when you're turning it from the top. And when you go the other way, I felt more resistance, and that was actually winding the watch. So you could see. And then I basically wound it until I felt resistance. So that was full wind. I obviously didn't want to go more than that. I didn't even want to get close to that, but wound it to full wind. Then I said, okay, I saw these things in the back turning gold, which is what they're supposed to do when it's winding. Again, this movement has the System 51, or this particular one, has 15 patents. So, it's very super cool, man. Nice decoration on this thing too. So it popped into this Wrist Buddy strap, which feels like, it's just a nice rubber strap. I would put this on a regular AP. Put this on a Rolex too. Why not? Super comfortable. Wore this morning, by the way, in Pickle. I went 5-1, pretty much dominated until my partner spit the bit. I love him, but he made a couple of unforced errors, and we were playing against a Russian and I think a Ukrainian. I don't even know. I made that up, but this guy's a salty, angry dude, and very competitive, and I wanted to take him out. And my partner, look, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but we had him. Pickleball plays till 11, at least in my league or my group. I think leagues and tournaments play to 21, but we're playing to 11. We're up like 9. We're down, and then we made a tremendous comeback, down 6-1 and up 9-6, almost slamming the door, 2 points left. And then partner let me down, but look, we rise and fall as a team, as a community, collectively. We're in this together. We rise and fall together. So we got some nice comments, which I'm going to get to. So I appreciate you guys for commenting. And hopefully you're having a great day. All right, Gen G. First it's the Swatch AP. Then it's Lululemon. Yeah, I have some Lululemon. I like Viore better. But again, I got this Amex credit. I had to spend it. Next thing you know, I'll be buying Psycho Bunny. Funny you should say that. I actually have a pair of Psycho Bunny like nightwear. Like I guess you would say like a sweatshirt, like pajamas. But I got these Adidas slides. And I got another pair of like summer, I guess what you call them, footwear, like flip-flops, casual wear. I got them on a discount site, Gilt I use, right? And they're Bruno Malle's. And they were like discounted, but still like 100 to 150 bucks. I'm returning them because they're super uncomfortable. The arch is like big, like high. So I put my feet in there. And those were also kind of slides. Felt ridiculous. Like I'm going to have foot problems like immediately. So those are going back. And these Adidas slides are firmly entrenched. I'm wearing these, period. But I do have Psycho Bunny. Just one piece. Seasoned watch collector doesn't wind to watch the right direction. News at 11. Yeah. Well, because it's on the top. It says clockwise. So I'm doing it this way, as clockwise you would think would be this way, right? Clockwise. But it's actually, I think it's counterclockwise. So I think I'm correcting the instructions that I got from the YouTube video that I was watching. So there you go. Don't hate. Don't hate. This is a fun show, Jen. What are you doing? Taking shots, man. People like to throw shade at people, man. I don't know. I don't get it. I know you're not doing it, Jen, but in a separate context conversation that I had over the weekend, it's like I'm sitting there and people are like hitting me from all sides. I don't understand it. It's okay. I understand. How long is the power reserve lasting? It's supposed to be 90 hours, which is insane. And then this thing has, I think, super luminova. So when I came inside and it was a little bit dark before I turned on the lights, this thing, the lume was really strong. It was like popping in I want to say it was like a bluish or a green, one of the two. But really nice lume, which I didn't know it had either. Peruka, my boy, my man, my brother, Swiss, on the ground in Switzerland. Hi. Hey, how you doing, Swiss? If you want to jump on, the link has been, it's not pinned, but I dropped it in the chat. Feel free. Would love to hear how the weather. I think you guys are having really nice weather too at this point. So it's summer over there. Here's Tan the Man. Here's my my inspiration here. I'm not sure which part. Cap, you're flexing all over the pickleball court with this shitter. Yeah, I mean, could you think of another shitter to flex on? I mean, I went from the Moon Swatch, flexing on that with 2 alternating Moon Swatches, and then I got a G-Shock in titanium. I mean, that's a little bit of a flex, but I think it's an upgrade in terms of flexing with this shitter, because this one is 2x retail than the Moon Swatch, right? So this is 400. Let's just use retail. This one's 400. The 2 in the other style are 420. 420 USD. Moon Swatches are about 200. So I'm upping my flex game. Upping my flex game. You ever played Padel? No, I haven't, but I've seen reviews on it, and I know it. I think it mostly came out of South America, right? And it's big in Miami, and AP is actually sponsoring. At least I think they're sponsoring at least one Padel player. If not tournaments. I know there's a tournament in Italy, and I just saw on Instagram a sponsored ad from AP that of course they're targeting me for whatever reason on this Padel sponsorship. But Padel looks really cool, and I'd love to pick it up and get a sponsorship myself. I'd obviously not play in the the under 30 league would be a little bit too young for me, I think. But you know what I mean. So I haven't. The answer is I haven't, but it looks like fun. It looks like it's harder, obviously, and more. I don't know how the right word to say it is, but it might be a more difficult game to pick up than pickle because anyone could play pickleball. If you played ping pong, you could play pickleball. So Padel looks like it's more, akin to tennis. And you got to hit it off the fence or off the walls. And I was a squash player too, and in college, so I played college squash. Adidas slides are a classic. Yeah, Jen. Who knew, man? Costco has everything. So if you need something, just go to Costco. No hate. I know. It was just a little shtick. Super Loom, that's cool. Yep, it is. It is. I'm learning something new every day. Well, I don't know. So timely. I know how long wasn't lasting as long. Yeah, it's assuming you're talking about the Power Reserve. It's supposed to be 90 hours. So I'm not getting into anything else, but we're staying between the lines. If anyone has an update on the golf, because I don't want to distract myself from the stream, I will be. Actually, I could see it. I'm looking through the store I have to my house. I got the TV on, and I have no idea what the score is. But Wyndham Clark, what is that? I'm trying to look. No, it's blocked. I don't know. The wheels are falling off, but that makes for an exciting Sunday. Sunday back nine, which is good. All right, we're dying of heat. Okay, yeah, I heard that actually because a friend of a friend is visiting, and they're from Zurich or near Zurich, and they said the same thing. Hot as hell. Hot as hell. The fit today is a very Miami vibe, Cap. Yep, it does. It is very Miami. I can see Watch Eric with one of these things, unless he's anti-royal pop. But this is Miami. I haven't shared with you, Tan. There was a time back in the day. I mean, I did. I used to go to Miami, and I had some contacts there. A friend of mine that I knew from New York actually moved down to Miami, and I visited him a long time ago, and he was basically partying down in Miami. I think he was a pharmaceutical drug rep for one of the big pharmas. And you go to those hotel bars, lounges, clubs, and I thought strong about moving down to Miami and or Florida in general when I was younger, and I never did it, but I think those days have passed me by. East Coast all the way. But I do like Miami. Miami's a great town to party at. Yeah. Yep. It's just gotten bigger too. Even back then, and we're talking 15, 20 years, it was hot, right? Miami was the place to be. And now it's gotten even bigger, and it's spread out even more where people are moving to, and they had an influx of folks from around the world, and I know there's a big Cuban population and Latin population, and it just got more and more popular. And what do they have? The Grand Prix. They have some Formula One down there now. So yeah, it's a party town for sure, and it's just gotten bigger and bigger. Beautiful women, yeah. If you're into that kind of thing, in terms of the blondes, the Miami scene. It's a scene, Tan. Everyone's fake as fake folks. But we have a special guest, and this is very special. Before he leaves and decides not to come on, I'm going to add him. Welcome, Peruka.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Well, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good. What time is it for you?
It is about 4:45 in Sunday late afternoon, so or early evening, so PM.
Yeah.
About 5
That's
p.m.
good.
So how about, well, so for you, and I should know this, you're 6 hours. So what are you at 11 p.m.?
Yeah, 10:45.
10:45.
46.
10:46 actually. See, I still remember the time difference, Swiss. And then a friend of a friend who I was spending some time with this weekend, she came in for a birthday party, and I didn't know her before she came in, but she's from Zurich with her husband. She lives in Zurich.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, like right off. Or, well, actually, I think it might be Austria, right? Because does Austria border Switzerland to
Yes.
the okay?
To the east.
Yeah, yeah. She didn't give a shit about watches, so you know, I think everybody from like Switzerland or Austria, around there. Oh, Zurich. Oh, okay. Well, they have a lot of watch stores per capita and blah blah blah, and they could care less. She could care less. How you doing? So you're hot. It's a heat wave over there now?
Yeah, and it's still gonna go on for like an entire week. So I am miserable right now.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully, I don't know if you guys have, air conditioning or
Nope.
windows. Yeah, it's a
Nope.
waste. I know. I figured no. You don't need those modern conveniences. That's an Americanized thing, right?
Yeah, we're
Wasteful.
more like
Wasteful.
we're more like cavemen. Like if you want to stay cool, you have to like go in a tunnel.
Hey, wait a minute. My hotel had ample. Well, actually, I wouldn't know if it had air conditioning because it was. I don't. It did. It did. I could set the temperature.
Yes. Yeah.
And I guess at the front desk they were probably like that bastard, that American bastard, soaking up our electricity. I can't wait till he leaves.
Yeah, well, hotels and businesses, they can have conditioning.
Okay.
Air conditioning. Just
Yeah. Well,
just not us.
They you have to suffer.
Yeah.
They need to cater to the pampered Americans, right? The pampered tourists, bastardos, as they say in Spanish, or bastando. I'm trying to learn, not very well, and I haven't really been doing too much learning, if you will. I need to learn French for the next time upon whence that I visit and we meet.
Oh,
I want to
absolutely.
speak.
I can
speak.
give you private classes, no problem.
All right,
man.
I will take you up. I will take you up on that, but I'm not going to be very good. The saying, we have a saying in America: you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I'm going to try to prove that false.
Nice.
What do you
I'm
think?
up for it. No problem.
All right.
Man.
Well, you are.
Just let me know.
I got to tell you, thank you once again, and I don't want to take up most of the stream, thanking you, but you got me out of a dicey situation there, with some stalker. Remember, I had that LVMH guy. I think it was that Louis guy stalking me, or I thought he may have been, but it was probably just me being paranoid. We were gonna hang at that place. We should have gone to that. What was it? A karaoke or a hookah bar? But
yeah.
anyway,
I remember that.
That was hilarious. But I appreciate it. And we had almost had a run in with who shall not be mentioned. All right. Where Swiss is, Huraton. Yeah, 10. Lots of beautiful women over where Swiss is in Geneva. Yeah, for sure. Everyone was impeccably dressed to the nines, and yeah, especially during Watches and Wonders. Yeah, the women were I don't know, gorgeous is the right word, maybe beautiful. I don't know. Swiss has no comment.
Climb an Alp. Well, yeah, I'd love to, but that's far away.
Yeah.
And
I would
might be a bit too cool.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would do a mountain trip, or maybe just stay in the base of the mountain. But I forgot if I asked you if you skied?
It's been a long time. I haven't been skiing, but yeah, I do. I'm very good at it. I did.
If you don't say so yourself.
Like every winter from like I was 3 years old until university. Oh, I'm very good. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure you know. I'm sure you are. Especially, so it's one of those things where, I talk about tennis a lot or pickleball. Like I learned when I was young. So same thing. I didn't really learn golf until later, and I'm not very good at it. I'm okay, but I think it's one of those things. It's like riding a bike. Like if you learn how to ski when you're
Yeah,
3 years
yeah,
old,
yeah.
you're always going to be good. And you could not ski for 5 or 10 years and then just hop right on. And in a
Yeah.
day, half a day, you're going to be back doing diamond trails and know what you're doing. So I think that would be awesome. If I go out there, I'm planning a trip to do some skiing, but I haven't skied in a while, and I got those larger hyperbolic skis that make things easier. I think they're called hyperbolic. They're just bigger. It's like having two no
Two
shoes.
snowboards, one for
Yeah,
each.
yes, yeah. So it's like it's a lot easier to like move the snow, but I still never did diamonds or double diamonds very well. So it was like a survival mission. And forget about moguls. All right, man of many languages. Thanks, Timely. I know, yeah, many languages, not many words of those languages, but shout out to the World Cup. Shout out to the World Cup. Switzerland, is Switzerland in the World Cup?
Yes. Yes.
How are they doing? I'm rooting for them.
Doing good. Actually, we are doing quite well. So
Good.
that's pretty nice.
That's good. Well, the U.S. is doing well. We're off to the. We're going to be in the elimination stage, guaranteed. But I'm rooting for Switzerland. I think Germany. I think they won yesterday, 1-0 or something like that. I have no idea. Curacao. Listen, I don't know why. I know why Italy's not in it because they're competing against Europe. But you get some countries that no one's ever heard of. I mean, Ivory Coast, which I think are pretty good, but Ecuador, like Italy, can't get in over those countries, and just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is how it is. I mean, for inclusion, if you want to call it the
I
World
know.
Cup, it
Yeah.
cannot be the European Cup with a few more.
It
I mean, technically it should be, but
should be.
yeah.
It should be. It should be. Why
Yeah.
not? Why not? Why do we have to be like super inclusive? And it's just not competitive with some of these countries. It doesn't make any sense. But I think Argentina was supposedly favored, and then France and Brazil. But I know Spain does well, Portugal does well. I thought Norway got in the final 4 years ago, or one of the Nordic countries, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no, actually it was Croatia. Funny
Croatia.
enough. Yeah, Croatia has a good team.
Okay. 4 years ago?
Yeah, yeah. And they're like, the underdogs that always keep harassing the favorites. Usually it's Netherlands, Belgium, and Croatia. And you don't know why, but they always end up punishing the the favorites, thinking that they're going to be an easy enemy, and there you go.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. I'm going to get through these chats, and then we're going to Belgium's playing Iran today on there's always a match on it. Spain basically destroyed Saudi Arabia 4-0. I think they needed a big win, so they'll get through. Spain will get through. I'm sure Portugal will get through. I'm trying to, because there's this big golf tournament going on in the United States, which is global, the U.S. Open. It's really more American centric because it's the U.S. So amateurs can get in, whatever. It's just a lot of Americans are in there. I don't know what's happening right now, but let's go. Your friend Mikey, what's up, everyone? Hope you are well. Cap and Swiss, we're doing great. Swiss is hot. He's got no air conditioning. Send money now. Her at 10, your friend Mikey, Tan the man, comes to playing golf, so serious about their swings. They just launch the ball, drink beverages, and smoke cigars. All right, you sure you're sticking to smoking cigars? It's the experience more. It's true. It is. I agree. There's no reason to be competitive in golf unless you're like really good at it or like trying to win money or a tournament. So it's all about fun and just being relaxed. So whatever gets you to that place and having fun and it's nice to just hit a couple of shots and just launching them. That always feels good. But you got to play a lot to get better. Or golf can really suck. All right, you beat us Aussies 2-0. Guess he's talking about the U.S. Yeah, U.S. beat Australia, right? Too bad. Sorry about that. But I think our team is pretty good. Free gabagool during all Italy 2026 World Cup games. Yeah, none. 0. But they won the Euro Cup not too long ago, I think. So it doesn't make any sense. Which is big. The Euro Cup is huge. Euro Cup's even bigger than the World Cup in Europe. Possibly, maybe not.
Well, with soccer, like every continent has its. Well, it's mainly Europe, Africa, and South America. Like we all have like a continental championship.
Yeah, like the is that the Copa in
yeah, the
South America?
Copa America is for the South Americans. In Africa, they have same thing, Coupe d'Afrique des Nations.
Okay.
And in Europe, we have the Euro, and it's huge. It's basically just as big as the World Cup. Well, at least here in Europe, for the Euro. And I believe that in South America, the Copa is also huge. Yeah.
Well, being Italian by background, I only, outside of the U.S. and World Cup, I only care about the Euro Cup. These other ones, I just don't follow. And I know Serie A, right? Serie A is a league that I thought used to be well, but there was a lot of corruption, etc. And Italy had to take all these penalties.
Then that's the clubs. Funnily enough, I do not follow the clubs or Champions League. Anything related to
Champions League.
I really don't. I don't follow that. But to me, it has. I don't know. Not that interesting.
Well, yeah. You got Lionel Messi. Didn't he? He had a hat trick or something. He scored 3 goals already for an Argentina game, but he's already has GOAT status or close to it anyway. If he pulls off another World Cup, that would be,
he has been the GOAT for like 10 years now.
He has, but you gotta have a little history, a little nostalgia, right? This Pele was big. You can't just wipe away Pele from the history books because Messi is the new game in town. Same with and there's some other Brazilian players, right? Where Ronaldo was pretty amazing, right? Then there was Kaká never won a World Cup, I don't think. Kaká from Brazil, but I like saying the word. I like saying his name.
I think he did.
Did he really?
Like in 2002, I think he was already in the Brazilian team.
Okay. I remember Ronaldinho.
Yeah, Ronaldinho. That guy was actually a legend.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It looks like update on the U.S. Open here for anyone who's interested in golf, which I know Swiss is not. Wesley Clark is -5, so he's got a 2-shot lead over Sam Burns, and then a few others are -1. They're kind of bunched up. Clark is through 10 holes. He's +2. So it looks like he's steadied the ship and has got 8 holes left to not be a footnote in history as the largest collapse in U.S. Open history. But Sam Burns still hanging in there at -3. So it'd be nice if that tightens up even more. Maybe you get a playoff out of that. And in the U.S. Open, I think it's an 18-hole playoff. So they would play 18 freaking holes tomorrow. All right, Swiss. So we have a lot of viewers, man. You're getting a lot of traction. People want to hear what you have to say.
Really? Nice.
I guess. I mean, they don't want to hear me.
If the chat has any questions, ask them now.
Well, I want to get into the topic of the show.
Oh, of course. Yeah, let's go.
No, but I want to get your views on it. We have
Yeah,
views. So
yeah,
the
yeah.
topic of the show really is whatever you want to talk about and or the chat. So I only want to talk about Royal Pops. I'm obsessed, but
Oh, let's go. Let's do it.
I'm insane. And you should know that by now. But USA is pretty strong. This World Cup was a good game. Sport for Italian Americans, but more baseball. Yeah, that is true. I wasn't, well, I knew some Italians who immigrants or, their parents or grandparents were immigrants from Italy. They followed the Italian leagues.
You don't live in a place that has been impacted by the World Cup. Like,
I do.
Boston has been taken over by the Scottish fans or stuff like this.
No, we do, because in my state, in New Jersey, we're hosting the World Cup. So
oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, we're in the Meadowlands. I was this close to getting a free ticket, and I thought it was a fake email from a vendor of a place where I work, and I didn't know it was real. And a colleague of mine ended up getting the ticket and going to the game. I think it was France, Senegal, last
that
Saturday.
Would have been nice.
I know. I missed out.
That would have been nice.
Yeah. I missed out on getting a free ticket, and they were going for over 1,000. Now the guy sat in the nosebleeds, and it took him 4 hours to get home. But it's all buses, and you cannot drive to the venue, so they're busing or training everybody in. And I missed out. I missed out probably by 30 minutes on that, but I still may go to a game. It's not over yet. So boxing. Okay, these guys are going back and forth. Good. All right, so let's talk about moving off of soccer or football. What do you think about? I don't know if I've ever spoken to you about the Royal Pop and the AP Swatch collaboration and how it impacts, you think, Audemars Piguet. And my topic was to talk about all these fakes, because I've been seeing a lot of advertisements for and they say it, that these are non-authentic or not non-Swatch products. And some of them actually are illegal products. They're counterfeit because they're using the Swatch or AP logos on the dial. So I got mine off eBay, but it was authenticated. And then I got all sorts of, they're even faking the paperwork and boxes. So it's hard to really, and I paid, over retail, but not crazy. And I still had reservations when I'm seeing these, and I don't even want to give credibility by mentioning the different websites that are offering these products from, I think primarily China. They're Chinese knockoffs, and some of them are using a quartz movement, not the System 51, obviously, because that's a Swatch movement, but they're creating these knockoffs for less than $100 or $100 to $200, if not lower. And aesthetically, they look like the Royal Pop. So that's a lot of things to unpack. What do you think?
Yeah. So first of all, I really love the Royal Pop. And I said it the first time they announced the Moon Swatch. I always said that it was one of the best ideas ever in the history of horology.
Whoa!
And if you can find the live streams we did talking about this, like half of the people were hating on it, saying that it was the end of Omega. You remember that? And the other half were like, no, you know what? That's actually fun. That's cool.
They were saying that.
And I think
dilution. Brand. The word of the day.
Yeah.
Was words of the day was brand dilution. Right. They're going to destroy their brand. Yeah. Omega is going to destroy their brand.
Yeah.
So you were on the other side. I trust that you're saying what you're saying is an accurate.
Yeah. I was saying, guys, this is the best thing ever, and I hope I said it. I hope it's gonna spread to other brands. I want to see, like, the Royal Oak. I want to see Patek Philippe. I want to see Rolexes being Swatchified. used that word. I remember swatchified.
Swatchified. Okay, that's a good word. It's a very
Imagine
appropriate
having
word.
a bioceramic
Mhm.
GMT. That would be so fucking fun. And I just love the concept.
Okay.
It's like having a toy. It's like you have in your garage, you have a beautiful Ferrari F40 because you're that kind of guy. But at the same time, on your desk, you have the toy replica of the F. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, in my case,
And
I only have I don't have the toy replica Ferrari, but I have a toy replica, what, F1 car, Mercedes, an
yeah,
AMG.
yeah,
But I know what yeah, I hear what you're saying.
and
I'm
that is so
I'm
nice.
following you. I agree. And in terms of Omega, so Omega, obviously Swatch owns Omega. So they had the natural, everyone thought that, and they did, they moved to Blancpain after they swatchified the Speedmaster. And I bought three of them. I used one in a trade for my HO8, believe it or not, to close that deal. And I kept the other two, and I alternate them when I play pickleball because they're courts and I can't damage the movement. So for me, they're perfect. I bought aftermarket Horus straps for each of them. Right, I got the Jupiter, and then I got the Snoopy
I
Moon
got three
Phase.
of them.
You have
I
three.
got three of
You
them.
still have all three of them?
Yeah, of course.
Do you toss them on? Do you wear them from time to time?
A few times. Yeah, I do. Well, I tend to have a lot of those, smaller watches, smaller
Hmm.
watch brands, like under $1,000
Yeah,
watches.
yeah.
So every once in a while, I am the kind of guy who don't really care about my activities or environment when I put on a watch. So I tend to always wear something really nice, like the Vacheron Constantin, the traditionnel. I just wear this everywhere. Um,
Oh, it's a beautiful watch. I love that one.
yeah, yeah. But sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna put the Moon Swatch, the Mars, like the red one. That's very nice. And I bought a really nice strap that goes with it, and it's
Hmm.
super nice. Yeah, I really enjoy it.
They're really nice. And JJ actually was the one who recommended the Horus straps to me. And it makes such a difference to take off that Velcro,
Yeah. You
and
have
to
to,
put on.
yeah, with the Moon Swatch, you have to get a new strap with it
Yeah,
because
yeah,
the
I totally
original one
agree.
is so ass.
Yeah.
But and it's really funny because then you have a lot of young people
Yep.
who they don't know anything about watches. But when you have the Moon Swatch, this they know, and they're like, oh, that's really nice. I have the same blah blah blah. I have the Earth. Oh, and I really want to get it. And it's then you enter a world that you didn't really know, because
Hmm.
then if you have a Patek Philippe, they don't know what the fuck it is. So
They don't know what the. So
that's really cool.
right. So basically, all right. I look at it. You I tend to agree that it's the gateway. It's like the gateway drug to watch collecting, and for reaching through social media and other platforms, the young folks that are, using smart devices, and the Apple Watch, or Apple device.
Hmm.
There's millions of those being sold to Apple customers
Oh, of
globally,
course.
right? So everyone's wearing the same damn thing, and yeah, they can have an Hermes face put on it, or what do you call that, interface, or background, but it's not the same thing. It's an Apple Watch is an Apple Watch. It looks like an Apple Watch. It's an Apple Watch, no matter what face it is.
Well,
um
basically, the Apple Watch is not a watch; it's a
Not a watch.
phone. It's a phone
Correct.
that you can strap to your wrist.
And there's, well, also Swiss, there's the phone aspect, and then there's these trackers and these fitness
Yeah,
trackers,
yeah.
and people are
So
using
basically,
those.
the Apple Watch is anything but a watch. Like, people don't buy it because they're like, oh, I really need a watch.
Right,
That's complicated.
right.
No, they buy
So
it because then they can access WhatsApp and their emails, and they have the fitness tracking and everything.
and they're constantly bombarded with text messages and
Yeah.
and WhatsApp chat groups like we are in,
Yep.
24/7, and you're
Yeah.
tethered to your not only to your phone on your wrist, or your
Mhm.
to your device on your wrist. So yeah, I hear you with that. And Omega, or I should say Swatch, has this, and it's also an egalitarian way to give access to these pieces to the masses, right? Whereas even Omega's starting prices for a Speedmaster is 7,000 or 8,000 plus tax, unless you go pre-owned. Okay, you could get one. You can get a Speedmaster for, let's say, 3 or 4,000 if you go older and you don't, condition, no papers, depending upon all that, you could probably get one in the lower 2 to 3 thousands, but a new one's going to be 8,000 plus tax. So you're at 9, 10,000. Forget about an AP. You're at 20. You're at 30,000, 40,000 plus for most of the models. All the new, I think
Yeah.
all the new models.
If you can buy one.
Right. If you're fortunate enough to be in the club, but this kind of levels the playing field.
Yep.
So I can understand Swatch, Omega, because Swatch owns Omega, Blancpain, and then the natural thought was they rolled it out into Blancpain. No one gave a shit about that. I bought 2 of them. I gifted one of them away. I still have one of them. And then the next idea was, well, who are they going to move to next? They're going to do Breguet. They're going to do Rado, whatever other brands. Swatch owns quite a few other brands as well. Are they going to start making these Swatchified versions, as you called it, right? The Swatchification of their other brands that they own. But no, they didn't. They collabed with AP. Now, do you think that Francois Beniha was the linchpin, and this started back when
And
he
you know
was
what?
the CEO?
You know what? I am 99% sure that he initiated that idea. He went to them and he was like, guys, we're gonna do something really nice for my
Mhm.
departure. And that's gonna be my big last project.
Right.
And because
Yeah,
he was like the biggest Swatch fan.
That's right. He had a massive collection, and he's also a marketing genius, right? Marketing genius.
Yeah. And then you just have to look at the huge success that was the Moon Swatch.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure it was quite easy to convince the investors for that.
Right. I mean, a risky move for AP for sure. Even though it's great for the watch, collecting and watch collecting hobby as a whole. When it comes to AP, you have a holy trinity brand that's not owned by Swatch, but was controlled, if you will, by the CEO who, I think convinced the board to do what, whatever he felt was in the best interest of the brand, because he built the brand to such a high level, with his marketing of AP, the offshores, right, with Arnold Schwarzenegger and the whole story of him coming to America and Hollywood and signing up guys like Schwarzenegger as ambassadors and Sylvester Stallone, Sly, and the whole Hollywood thing, aka Richard Mille. So yeah, he brought Swatch to the table, and then they hammered out a deal that came to fruition a few months ago and was announced back in I guess May, June. Let me get to a couple of chats, and then we'll continue. So Tan talks about the Nigerian prince. Yep. The colleague actually did go to the game. I asked him about it, and it turns out that the tickets were real. So I missed out by like 30 minutes. You snooze, you lose. You got to seize the opportunity. Robert Wood. So I want to shout out to Robert Wood, who I know is going to try to procure me a Swatch from an actual Swatch boutique. I ran out of pace, not with him, because I appreciated the effort that he would make. But I caved to not really peer pressure, but my own timeline in terms of the summer, and saw these things falling in price on eBay. And like I said, I paid a little bit of a premium, but got one from what I feel is 100% authenticated piece from a Swatch store in Toronto in the colorway I wanted. So I took the guesswork out of it, but I appreciate it, Robert. And I'm still hunting one or two from retail, but I'm good. I'm good with what I have now, and it came super quick, shockingly, because I thought, import duties or the process of Canada, but Toronto to US is like a day. So it was fairly quick, and great seller, very communicative the whole way, and came with all the belt and suspenders. Though again, and I'm not going to play the videos with Swiss on because it's a waste of our time. We don't want to watch it, but there are a lot of fakes of these watches now in China, and they're faking as much as the boxes and the receipts and the Swatch, inserts. They could use 3D printing and or just regular copy machines, basically, to print out not only packaging but boxes and bags. And we do not, or I don't advocate, and I know Swiss doesn't, buying any fake branded watches. They're quartz in some cases, I heard. They're not going to have luminova. They're going to be not made of bioceramic. They're not going to have the System 51 movement. So you're going to be fooling maybe 90% of the population if they even care or know what you have. But you're not fooling yourself, and you're promoting, basically counterfeit goods. So it's illegal to even buy it. If you know it's counterfeit. Now, if they're not branding it AP or Swatch, then it's not counterfeit. And I guess there's probably nothing legally to prohibit that from happening. But if it says Swatch on the case, on the dial, or anywhere else on the watch, or they're using or the stuff that comes with it, like the box and everything else, those are all counterfeit goods. So you're supporting illegal goods, and we don't do that, or at least I don't do that, and Swiss doesn't do that on this channel. So just wait until Swatch comes out with them, and Swiss. That was my so I wanted to segue into that before we get into AP and potentially how this impacts AP. And that is, when is AP the launch that had, and I use the term riots. I mean, there was definitely a seedier part of profiteers and young folks trying to profit off this launch. And, Swatch shut it down. And obviously Swatch controls the distribution because these are being sold through Swatch channels and Swatch stores, throughout the world. So I don't know what the plan is, but I don't think they're really getting out there too quickly or leaking out there through the Swatch sales channels and Swatch stores. So what do you think about that? When do you think they're going to really start? Because you're right in that this will be great for the hobby and watch collecting and watch enthusiasts to have young people get this plastic or bioceramic toy. When is that going to be? When do you think that's going to occur? Because I don't see it happening right now.
No, if you remember, during the launch of the Moon Swatch, it was kind of similar. So obviously it was way bigger, and definitely with the Royal Pop, they tried to recreate this. It was well, evidently it was not as big of a success than the Moon Swatch, but I mean, still, it's pretty significant. If you remember correctly, they also had a very limited supply of Moon Swatches when it came out, and they kept it that way for months. I had to wait. I don't remember how much, but it was definitely 4 or 5 or even 6 months to get the actual color that I wanted. I wanted the Mars, the red, and it took me like 6 months to get it. And I live in Geneva, which they had 2 sales locations. Because I don't know if it's still the case right now. I think it is, but they like limited the locations like you're like geographically limited to where you can buy these things. And then
Yes.
still they kept the, and I think that it's going to be the same right now. They keep the supply very, very low.
Yep, that's right.
And they will drag it for, you know, months and months.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna buy one, Royal Pop.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess I'll have to wait like 2 or 3 months to, you know, then try and get one, because right now it makes no sense.
Right.
Um,
No, I agree with what you said. It was a very slow kind of rollout as well, where even with the Speedmaster or the Moon Swatch, I should say, um, the Moon Swatch Speedmaster, um, that was the launch. They sold out of their initial supply, which was very limited. And then I think they trickled out, and folks would go to the
yeah,
store, and maybe they got lucky, and then maybe they went back a week from then. Then you had to wait a few months, and then 6 months to 1 year down the road, you can get maybe some of the models, but not all of the models would be there when you walked in to a Swatch store, because the hype had basically waned. The prices came crashing down, because where we are now with the AP Royal Pops, or you're at 2x up to, let's say, 4 or 5x, depending upon the style and colorway of the Royal Pop. So mine was closer to 2x, a little under that, but you got to add tax, and then knock on wood, I won't get hit with any import duties. So far, I haven't. Maybe the seller paid it, but he shipped through, I don't know, UPS or something. Some of them are at 4 or 5x. So the style of pocket watch, so Swiss, you know what it's called? A sip. Is it with an S, like the Sepine, or I think there's the Lapine style, and then, or Patine style, and then
Lépine,
Lepine,
probably.
yeah, at the 12 o'clock, Lepine. And then at the 3 o'clock crown, what's that one called?
I have no idea.
Oh my God. If you don't know, how do you expect? Now I don't feel so bad, because I've heard it there. I've heard the name like 20 times in these videos, and I
Yeah,
just
I
can't,
mean,
remember, man.
the first one I didn't even know it was called Lépine style.
Lepine. Oh, you
Le-
know what?
Lépine was the master of Breguet, by the way. If for the little story,
What,
Lépine was
he was the master
Breguet's
watchmaker?
mentor. Yeah, he was his mentor.
Very interesting.
Yeah, Lépine,
Shout,
very important French watchmaker for the
shout out.
French monarchy.
Oh, bien.
Lépine style pocket watch. Let's Google this.
Yeah. Well, then Google the other style, though, that has the crown at the 3 o'clock, because these also, I think, sold separately. It's like when they say batteries not included. There's a little stand that I think Swatch sells. I'm sure you could pick it up in a million different other places, on YouTube or out on the internet, that you can put this little pocket watch head. You could use the lanyard, put it on a golf bag, a tennis bag, whatever your travel bag, whoever, not why anyone would do that, I have no idea, but
Have it dangle next to the Labubu.
exactly, right. Exactly.
I think that was the main idea for that. I think it was.
Well, do you think that AP then and Swatch are surprised that these third parties like Wrist Buddies are coming out with these color matched silicone rubber straps? That this is only what is it? It's 2 bar water resistance, which I think is 2 feet, if I'm not mistaken. 2 bars, so it's not water resistant at all.
No, the 2 bars is 20 meters.
Is it 20? I don't know.
I
20?
think it is.
All right, I gotta find that. Let me fact check that. A lot's happening, Swiss. Fast and furious.
It's
Hold on, 2 bars.
20 meters. Yeah, so 60 feet. Is that correct?
Hold on, 2 bars, water resistant. Oh boy.
I mean, it's still good enough, so you can
20
shower
me
with it.
20 no 20 meters or 66 feet. Minor, oh, it says now this is AI. Means your watch can only withstand minor accidental splashes like rain or hand washing. It is not safe for swimming, showering, or submersion.
No,
Rain,
it'll be
sweat.
fine for showering. No
Not
problem.
according to AI. I listen. This is. I don't want to give people false. You're right. 20 meters, 66 feet would be, 2 bar, but 2 bars sounds to me very low. Let's see if
Oh,
Tan,
it is.
if
It
he's in
is
the chat.
low.
If Tan's in the chat. Let's. I don't know if he wants to
It's not
go.
supposed to be a diver.
Listen, I am not going to advise our loyal viewers or who get one of
Don't
these.
swim with it.
Don't go anywhere in it. Don't shower in it. It's basically splash water on it. But unless you get some sort of certification from a Swatch representative at a Swatch store that you get in writing, do not do any of this. We don't want to take any. We take no liability or responsibility whatsoever if you screw up your watch. It's on you.
Yeah. To come back to the bracelet, I am really surprised that Swatch does not provide bracelets for it.
Yep.
I thought that it would have been like an easy extra money on the side, and basically everyone would have bought it. But maybe it would have proven to be a little bit difficult to build, or too much expenses or whatever. Maybe they thought about it and they judged that it was not worth the effort, and yeah, whatever.
Well,
The other brands are gonna take care of it. So
yeah, maybe. I mean,
yeah.
they couldn't be. I don't think this would have taken them by that much surprise that third parties were going to come
Oh
out.
no, that was obvious.
Yeah, it had to be.
And the moment I remember the moment it was confirmed that the Royal Park was a thing. I think it was Deluxe.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just came out and said, "We promise you, within 2 weeks, we'll have a bracelet for it."
and I think they do. So they may have a
Yeah.
ceramic or a very cheap ceramic bracelet, and I may try a deluxe ceramic, but
Yeah.
I don't know how much. Again,
I think it was Watch Gecko who has like a Royal Oak replica bracelet in plastic for it.
Right, and
I don't remember.
Well, it's one of those, and I think the lugs are one of the other ones because there's so many copycats out there, and who knows if they're related or affiliated with these companies, and they just create different names, different websites. Who know? I have no idea. Like if Wrist Buddies is going by 3 or 4 different names, with the same stuff, probably maybe not. But like the lugs, for example, I think they have a ceramic or a bioceramic, and I don't know. To me, I don't really want a bioceramic. Like, to me, this rubber is great. I cannot recommend this Wrist Buddies more because I want it on rubber. And look, Tan is confirming that Heath believes that we should be fine. Thanks for the words, by the way, Bob. Be curious, or your world gets smaller. That's true. Keep evolving, keep learning. Goes for life as well as watches. So that's very profound. Thank you. Cap said, Tan says my watch color is reflecting pool green. So the Vandals went from the Swatch lineup straight to DC. I think he's talking about DC Comics, probably the comic book drops or some comic book drops. Shout out to Tan. Shout out to DC Comics.
Wasn't it because of the body of water in front of the White House?
Oh, could be. Oh, that makes sense too. Yeah, that makes sense. I went straight to DC Comics, but yeah, District of Columbia, outside of Washington D.C. Sure, that makes sense too. I don't know what they did. I don't know that controversy. Not familiar with it. Bob, any reason for people to wear a timepiece is a win. Yeah, you're right. Switching over to these electronic devices and fitness trackers, Apple Watches is a win for the watch industry. Is it a win for AP? That to me is yet to be determined. My view, Swiss, on this is AP may have said, okay, we're fine with the pocket watch concept, and you can market these as a pocket watch, even though they know that third parties are going to put them out in cases and straps, rubber straps, ceramic, bioceramic straps, even bracelets, even metal bracelets, right? Which is kind of absurd. You can do, they know that's going to happen, but we don't want to be part of it, right? We want this to be a fun little tchotchke that you could put on a nightstand or your bedstand in a, the pocket watch can stand up and you can look at it. You could put it on a bag like a Labubu with the lanyard, put it on around your neck, which no one's going to do unless you're Flavor Flav, or it's a pocket watch, right? So they didn't want to maybe they felt that would give them a little bit of more cover that, hey, we didn't come out with a wristwatch, guys. Everyone who owns an AP, relax, don't worry about it. This is not a wristwatch. It's a pocket watch. And therefore they can, and one of them is
yes.
Right? One of them's a Lapine style, and then the other is the style a serpentine
I looked at that. It is called the Savonnet.
I'm so far off. It's not even fun.
Soap bar.
Savonnet. Savonnet. Okay, yep. What's the over and under on me for getting that word? I'm gonna say I would take the odds are pretty damn high that I'm not gonna remember that. 16 viewers. Thanks for everyone tuning in. This is almost a record on the GMT show with little notice. We're 1 hour and 11 minutes in. We have my favorite guest and my favorite Swiss national, Swiss Peruka, aka Wristwatch Jesus. I think we go back to that name, man. I think I like it. I think you should rebrand, maybe.
Yeah, I agree.
Let these haters hate. I'm glad they put a mechanical movement, a good place for hobbyists to start using and later repair. Well, I don't think you can repair this, even though I've seen this Instagrammers hack this movement to bits. It's supposedly a watch that if the movement breaks, it's done. Now, here's the interesting thing, because I had a little bit of a dilemma myself on whether or not I should play any sports or activities with it, because there's a lot of torque going on this thing when I'm playing a racket sport. Because it's manual wind and doesn't have a rotor, I feel a little bit better about it, but not entirely, because it's still a $400 System 51 Swatch movement that may not be as robust and is not as robust as, let's say, the 3135 or whatever the current Rolex Submariner movement is, right? Built like a tank, or like a Richard, dare I say a Richard Mille for the torque, the Nadal, which is designed to withstand I don't know how many square pounds of feet of torque. But I hear what you're saying. It is a good. People have to connect with the watch, because, like me, mine stopped. 2 hours in, and you have to wind it till full power, and then keep winding it to keep it powered up. Otherwise, it's going to stop.
Yep.
B-Tech, thanks for joining. I'm saving for a Calatrava. I have a Calatrava. Actually, I have two Calatravas, if you really think about it. The 5326 is also under their Calatrava. It's a complicated Calatrava, but according to Patek, it's a Calatrava nonetheless.
Yeah. Well, I mean, good luck to him, because Calatravas are fucking expensive right now. Yeah, I think to be honest, Patek Philippe watches are way too expensive for what you're paying for.
You think there's any bargains though if you go, pre-owned and maybe the 36 mils. Like I know your Vacheron Traditional, I think is 37. I want to say 37.5, 38.
38, yeah.
38's a great size.
It's a great size, and if you look good enough, you can buy it for 11 or 12K second hands, but still new in the box.
Okay.
And it has a quality just as good, and some would even say me including even better than Patek Philippe watch. And Patek Philippe is I don't know, 30K, 40K, like.
It's not right. That just
That
tells
hurts,
you,
man.
that hurts. That's true, and I don't know if the value is there or if those things will keep dropping for the Calatrava lineup. As they get older, not necessarily. There's no guarantee that that the value will remain as high. We know they're discounted from retail. That we know. Materially, significantly. Most of the models, if in the Calatrava lineup. Tan can let us know if there's any exceptions to that rule outside of the Aquanaut, Nautilus, and God help us all, the Cubitus.
Yeah, I mean, if you want a Patek Philippe really bad, just buy new vintage. It's so much cheaper and still just as well built.
Yep. But I got to tell you, I love getting the magazine. I registered my other piece, Swiss, for the Swiss version of the Patek Quarterly magazine. So I look forward to getting that. I don't know if I'll get 2 or not. They gave me, passwords and links to some, websites that they have, or some collectors exclusive content. And look, I'm not a retail customer, and yet they treat me with the same, or well, maybe not the same, but as a Patek owner. I'm in that club.
That's very nice. That is actually very nice.
It feels nice. I have to be honest. It's nice. You get the emails, you get the magazine, you're in you could log in, you could check things out. You could learn Savignet. So the password, the key, what should we say? The private word of the day is Savignet. And
Savignet.
Savignet sounds better than, or sounds more French.
It sounds more Russian.
Is it really? Savignet? Okay, you're right. Look, you know more than I do. All the woke people that tried to cancel the wristwatch Jesus name are gone now. That's true. That's why I was saying resurrected.
Yes,
you see?
That is true.
The resurrection of Swiss watch Jesus. It kind of has a nice little ring to it. I'm going to now blasphemy again. And shout out to Christians around the world. Shout out to... I'll quit while I'm behind. Any mechanical watch that can be repaired. Yeah, very true. Shocked opinions on the balance, not the rotor. Oh, well, I guess that's good to know, because I don't know how strong the opinions are on this Swatch. I'm guessing not very good. So maybe I shouldn't play with this, but sometimes you got to say WTF. Savon here in Canada, Swiss.
Yeah, Savon.
Savon. It's
So
easier for me to remember.
Yeah, the suffix et, E-T-T-E, just means that it is small. So savon means soap. Savonette is a little soap. So it's a soap bar.
Does that make any sense in terms of a pocket watch being a soap bar? Like, what's the core? I'm missing the connection.
I have no clue. Maybe if you have a little, those little round soap bars that get used fairly often, and then, I mean, as you use it, it takes the shape of a pocket watch. I don't know.
That's as good of an explanation as I've heard. Which is the only. I'm sure it's out there in some of the literature, but I will say this. I'm going to go out on the record. Nobody who's watching this stream should wash their bodies with, with the Savon or Savonette style AP Swatch Royal Pop. Do not do that, and use soap. Use real soap
Remember,
instead.
it's not water resistant.
Or tallow. Yes, on this show it's not. Tan can have his own opinions. We're not gonna go there. I wouldn't put I feel like the chronograph would be risky in any sort of water situation, other than I guess the Daytona with those screw down pushers. Yeah, more access, more ways for water to access faulty pushers and gaskets and all those fun things that Timely Behavior knows about. Moving right along. By the way, subscribe, like, and comment to the channel, the GMT Show, with special guest exclusive interview with Swiss, aka Peruka, aka Watch Jesus. Is it Swiss Jesus? I forgot.
Watch Jesus, it was. Yeah.
Watch Jesus, exactly. Watch Jesus. Tan, the cheaper the Calatrava, the sweeter the deal. Yeah. Makes sense. Except when you have those super tiny ones that are like 32 mil. I mean, 34 is really small, but I guess the smallest.
I mean the first Calatrava, the 96.
96, yeah.
It is 32 mil. And
I knew that.
for many vintage collectors, it is the only good Calatrava. It's the first one.
Yeah, the 96. Everyone talks about the good old 96er. 96er. That manual wind. Manual wind. Well, my 5227 is automatic with a date. And not color match date wheel. So it's hated in the Calatrava lineup. And a lot of folks hate the 5326G too. Not hate. Well, they hate, yeah. Not a traditional Patek, too modern, looks like a field watch by a Hamilton, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's see. Ace, Mike the Mistake, thank you for your input on Savon. Yeah, I wouldn't use Savon or Seven yet in your hair either. You got to use shampoo. Use Pantene. I don't know. Calatrava out there with hieroglyphics on the dial. Anyway, all from factory. Hieroglyphics on the dial. Do you know what he's referring to, Swiss?
I think he's referring to a watch that was at auction fairly recently.
Okay.
And it was basically a Calatrava watch with hieroglyphs instead of, Arabic numerals.
Okay. I would pull it up if I were so inclined, but it would just be too much effort, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not that interesting, to be honest.
Yeah, but we can't. Hey, he's our number one viewer at this point. Provide, at least he's doing something as opposed to.
Is he the top benefactor?
He's our supporter right now.
Nice.
Though we're not saying that support in the by virtue of commenting. So it's sweat equity. He's putting in the work. We have 18 viewers, man. Shout out to Mr. GMT Show. Where's Mr. GMT? He's cutting souvlaki. That's what he's doing. Show sponsor, Tip Top Snack Bar. We're on such a budget, Swiss, with this channel that we can't even play like intros anymore. Like that's why I was using intros from YouTube and getting struck, because I would use these melancholy songs from Harry Styles or like country from Taylor Swift or anywhere, or Olivia Rodrigo that I know Tan was a huge fan of. He really liked that intro music, but every time, and the outro music, but then we would get copyright struck. So we'd go from 10 viewers to 0. And that's just not good for anybody, right? My ego would suffer, it was a whole big thing. If you guys could comment, could like upvote, you don't even have to comment. That's asking way too much, but upvoting the live viewers, we got 20, push out the algorithm for no reason at all, because there's nothing. All this channel is designed to get guys like collectors like Swiss, and Tan and Timely and people engaged, and to just talk about, watches primarily, that or other topics we want to talk about, but focusing on watches, obviously. Do you think this will the AP Swatch, back to that, will hurt AP's brand recognition? I know that there's some collectors that were at least talking about their miffed, because if you can get a cheap ceramic bracelet for a pop, and basically all in, let's call it $600 to $1,000, have a quote unquote ceramic or a cheap ceramic AP, and you got someone on the other side who has a ceramic AP that they paid, I don't know, 200,000, 150 to 300,000 or more, if they have the ceramic Royal Oak chronograph or perpetual calendar or whatever they came out with in ceramic, the blue ceramics, the white ceramics, and every other AP. Let's say they have 10 APs, Royal Oaks, Concepts, Offshores, Codes, and then Swatch comes out with this, right? And they see the masses, they see everyone, every Tom, Dick, and Harry, which is an expression, basically anyone and everyone, people who know nothing about watches wearing this. Do you think they're going to be really upset and sell their watches, get out of the brand? Do you think that there's a possibility that AP can save the watch industry and destroy their brand at the same time? Or are those mutually exclusive?
No, I don't think so.
Talk to me, Swiss.
I'm sure not. I'm gonna say I am 100% sure it's not the case.
Why not?
In all the years since the Moon Swatch,
Wow, but the Moon Swatch,
I have never met someone who said, you know what, I sold my Speedmaster because of it.
Well, okay, but all right. The distinctions with the Moon Swatch, and this, is that Omega, Swatch owns Omega, so it's almost like you could argue that they are the same. They're a subsidiary, a sister company, a subsidiary of their big brother, their parent, Omega, Swatch, right? Swatch owns Omega. Swatch can control Omega. Not that people know about that either, but let's just put Omega to the side, because they're not high horology, even though they sell 500,000 up at 500 to 700 or 800,000 units a year, timepieces, whatever. We're talking Holy Trinity with AP, though. And they reached across the aisle in a master move by Swatch to get AP to put the name. Actually, AP is on this watch, not Audemars Piguet, but that's fine, because most of the Royal Oaks only have, right, AP.
Yeah.
I don't know if they all have Audemars Piguet anymore. And look at this thing. I mean, I know the color is fun, and it does not look like. Could this look like a ceramic oak? I think it could. Maybe not this colorway. If you
give it a full bracelet, and I'm sure it's gonna come.
I could buy
quickly.
One. They're already out.
Yeah.
Another $100. I'm in the world of ceramic. I'm in the world of steel.
Yeah, I would do that. I would buy one with a full bracelet, and
but
I would
wear
it.
All right, you wear it. But all I'm saying is, does that hurt AP's? Like these collectors, these collectors are going to start dumping oaks.
No, not at all. Zero.
Because they don't. It's kind of an elitist viewpoint, right? But an elitist collector might say, "I want watches that nobody else can afford. I don't want
the only reason
Joe. I don't want Joe the plumber, because they used to use that term.
I don't think there is even one person who's going to do that.
I don't know about that. I've already heard
the only
people
reason
on YouTube saying that collectors are calling them. Okay,
hear me out.
Go ahead.
The only reason I would think of someone selling the Royal Oak because of this is if he had it for an investment and he is having fear of the dip. You see what I mean?
I do know. Yeah, I do.
He's playing in his head
right,
this doomsday scenario
right.
where AP's reputation is completely destroyed and the price is gonna tank. So he's selling. That's the only reason I would realistically think someone would sell his AP because of the Royal Pop.
Right, because they bought it as an investment, or these
Yeah.
watches are an investment.
Yeah.
And they feel that this could damage the reputation of the brand.
And basically they sell it as if it was like a stock, stock action. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say that, like a Tesla stock, and Tesla
Yeah,
decides to
exactly.
not make cars anymore or something
Yeah.
like that, or something. Not a great analogy, but I think everyone gets the point. Yeah. So, but value is a real thing because APs are expensive. So, not necessarily if you bought one for investment, but if you're someone that buys an AP for 30,000 and has a concern that that AP may be worth 15,000 in a year because they've just Hubloted their brand. They've just torpedoed their brand, and now it's available to the masses and the same folks.
Well,
that
I mean, to be
tore
fair,
down Manhattan during the wait, let me finish. During the Knicks parade, we're burning down Manhattan. Those are the folks wearing Royal Pops, and they don't want to be affiliated with them because they're, again, I'm just saying, and I'm not saying it's me, it's kind of an elite. There's the elitist viewpoint as well, and then there's the value, the investor viewpoint that you just said. And who I don't think anyone really wants to lose 50% of the value of their piece, even if they love the piece. You kind of want to have, you want to know that you have some value left. I love my oak, so I don't plan on selling my oak anytime soon. Having said that, I'm pissed because I got it serviced not from AP, and they fucked it up. And
oh shit!
The crown came right out of the watch, which is a whole separate story. The crown, literally the stem, I pulled it out, and I'm holding the crown and the stem. I am furious because it was a 2-year warranty. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have to calm down because I don't want to do anything too crazy with these, but I called them up, and if they don't make this right, I'm concerned with going to the same place that did this. Having them fix it is concerning to me, and I paid more than I would have paid if I got it serviced at AP. And that's a whole different conversation of why I did that. I was never comfortable 100% with these folks, and now I'm even less comfortable.
Yeah,
because this is a pretty significant asset. Even though I know we don't look at watches as investments, it is an asset that has value. And if the crown and stem come out, the value of that just dropped considerably. So,
yep,
that's a whole separate issue of whether that's APs. And I know I've heard, Marco has been publicly said this at Bourdain's, that some of the, some of the watches aren't the best made watches in his experience in terms of the movements. And so now, putting aside the whole brand dilution and value retention of the collab with Swatch and AP, I have a separate question on the build quality and craftsmanship of these watches.
Of APs of Royal Oak.
Yeah, my Royal Oak is a 2012, and it's been wonky ever since I got it, to be honest.
Yeah,
that's why I got it serviced in the first place.
Yeah, I think they suck. To be
honest,
there you go.
Like, straight that's another problem.
I think they really suck.
They do,
and they
I agree with you. Well,
Yeah.
you have one. I know you have yours is fairly modern, right? You're 37 or 38 mil. You have you don't have the chrono. You have the silver dial, silver white or opaline.
I have mine is
blue,
ice blue,
ice
blue, and it has a fairly new movement that is supplied by Vaucher. It's not even an AP movement. It's a Vaucher movement.
You have a Vaucher movement from what year?
It was from 2024. No, 2023. 2023, I think.
That's funny because I thought they were AP. I thought they were AP in-house movements
No,
at that time.
no, no. And
Really? That's
I
crazy.
I heard from many people within the watch industry that the Vaucher movement is more reliable than the other AP movements.
Well, it's funny you mentioned Voucher movements, and I pronounced them incorrectly as Voucher or Voucher. But I know you're right and I'm wrong. My Hermes H08 has a Voucher
Yeah,
movement,
yeah.
and I love it.
Many brands use
I
Vaucher movements.
love it. I
Richard
love it.
Mille uses Vaucher movements.
Isn't that owned by Parmigiani or the family, or was
Yes.
somehow affiliated?
I don't know if it's still the case, but they are associated with Parmigiani.
Okay. Listen, it's an absolute pleasure to get your thoughts on this collab. Fascinating stuff. Fascinating. We'll see what happens with AP. I mean, look, some of these collectors, you're right, they're just total investors, and maybe they're better off getting
Yeah,
out.
but not
You know,
only the build quality. I mean, if you look at the finishing, I think it's not Holy Trinity worthy finishing of the movement.
right? Well,
Even
again,
in mine, which is fairly modern,
yep,
mine is machine finished.
yeah,
It's the same
mine.
finishing as in JLC.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
what the fuck?
and mine is useless at this point. At this
I
point,
paid three
this
times the price.
listen, this AP, this Swatch is more functional right now than the one that I paid close to $30,000 on.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. I couldn't believe it when I literally pulled the crown. I was at work, and I don't wear it that often either. I wear it
Yeah.
sporadically in 2 years, and it turns out that I'm outside of the 2-year window on the warranty of this shoddy craftsmanship. And I'm not going to even name. I will name the name of the place where I got it serviced if they don't correct this. But I have serious reservations about their abilities now. I really do. We're going to get to OC. Let's get to OC. I want to see what's going on. What's going on? If anyone could give me an update, because I'm probably missing the golf. Oh, it's a one-shot lead. Oh boy. -4. Wesley Clark. Sam Burns is in second place. It looks like he's the chaser. He's through 17 holes, and Wesley Clark looks like he's through 14. So he's got 15, 16, 4 holes left. So I'm going to have to, at some point, kill this, unless I just say I don't care about the golf, because this is way more fun. And I got Swiss on, which is a treat, an exclusive. Watch Jesus. I.e. Peruka. Chili Badger says hello. Sending love to you. Hey, Chili Badger. Love you right back.
Hello, Chili.
Yeah. You know Chili? Have you met Chili?
No, I've never met him, but he has been here for a long time. I remember the first time I joined Tim's stream, he was already there. So
Yeah.
yeah. Shout out to Chili.
Shout out to Chili, man. Good thing you found GMT's channel or subscribed to it way back when, because God knows we don't add subscribers. We do not. He does not, because he doesn't market it. Original OC. Shout out to OC. Great to see Swiss in the better half of Capbach. Oh, you're too kind. Doing a stream. Happy Father's Day to all. Yes, happy Father's Day to everyone around the globe or in the U.S., because I don't know if it's celebrated outside of the U.S. I don't know. I think it's a U.S. thing. Cheers, OC. Hopefully you had a nice day. Maybe you're hanging by your pool, watching golf. I'm not sure you watch golf. I know you have your AP Royal Oak. Let's get to your comment about that, because I'm curious to know. As I'm peeking in, watching this golfer he's putting. Oh, he's putting for birdie. All right, I'm watching this right now. Wesley Clark. I'm multitasking. That's why. Hold on. Where's the ball? I think he missed. I don't think okay, he missed it. All right. This is insane. Yep, he tapped in for par. Okay, so he's through. Okay, Oh, good. I can see both. This is great. Here's my barbecue. You see that, Swiss? Come to the U.S. I'll make you steak.
I'd love to. I'd love to come to the US.
Oh, you could do it someday. All right. What Cap is saying is what many AP VIPs have been saying. That's right. Because I mean, I've heard YouTubers talk about these gray dealers say they've been contacted by a lot of VIP clients. So OC is a VIP himself, and he probably speaks to a lot of these AP VIP clients and customers and lovers of the brand and brand loyal brand customers. They are not happy with the direction of the AP brand and are wearing their pieces less frequently. There you go. There you go. And if you get a Royal Pop, you can wear it even less frequently. And I honestly don't wear my AP that frequently. I'm looking to get AP Royal Pop number 2 and 3. And then, as I did with Blancpain, I never needed to get a Blancpain. I mean, I love the 50 Fathoms. The Bathyscaphe is nice. I don't need one.
Can you imagine now you can actually like offer as a gift a Royal Pop with the bracelet and everything to like a family member, and then you have your entire family rocking Royal Pops? That would be so nice.
Well, yeah, that would be so nice, except for the guy who's got 10 who paid like $1 million plus, or fought multiple millions of dollars on concepts and everything else, and sees his brand, being worn by a 5-year-old baby, a 5-year-old kid playing pickleball. Like, oh, look, I have a Royal Oak
question.
Too.
I have a question.
We all have Royal Oaks.
Would that be you if you were in that situation?
What, a 5-year-old wearing?
If you had like all the concepts and all the things and
I don't know,
all the ceramics and everything.
I mean, that's an impossible question, and I don't know, because I don't. But I only own. I'll tell you this: I only own one AP Royal Oak, and my initial concern was, what does this do to the brand? And is my watch special anymore? If they're going to make 1 million of these now, let me just say one thing. JJ, well, there's a couple things. JJ thinks this might not be as. See, I don't know if I don't agree with this, because why would Swatch do this if they didn't want to make hundreds of thousands and millions of these like Omega?
Swatch. They're going to pump them. Oh yeah.
All right, so I agree with you. Let's assume for this discussion, they're going to pump and dump, right? They're going to pump 1 million of them out there, just like they did with the Moon Swatch, and who knows how long this will go? Because I heard, it's going to go for a few months.
I'd imagine, just as they did with the Moon Swatch, they're gonna, find events and excuses to make more limited editions and that edition.
Right. Well, then they're kind of, AP is basically handed over the keys to their brand and marketing to Swatch. So maybe this is maybe the rumors and speculation about a Swatch takeover AP are true. I have no idea. That would be nuts.
I don't think so.
But does this? Here's the problem. You mentioned the build quality and craftsmanship of their movements, which is subpar, let's say, or they have reputational concerns there. Now they have reputational concerns because of the brand dilution, and everyone can get a watch. When you get a Holy Trinity brand, or you get a Philippe Dufour, or you get a Kari Voutilainen, even more limited, or an FP Journe, you are buying into exclusivity, limited supply. No one else has one. That's what part of the allure. Richard Mille, you need to get into the exclusive club. If Richard Mille made bioceramic RMs, nobody would want a ceramic RM or a precious metal RM. Well, they do now. They do now.
No, they do. It's just not Richard Mille doing it. You have the Tsar Bomba, the blackout concepts, and all those cheap $500 watches.
I'll give you that.
Exactly like Richard Mille.
Right. Okay. But the guy who had the G-Shock, right, when they had the Cassiope, that's been out as well. That didn't hurt. I agree. We are aligned 100%. That didn't hurt the brand because it wasn't AP. This has AP, and I don't look. Our viewers, very sophisticated, intelligent audience we have, but I'm just gonna go. 1 second, I'm gonna go solo, Swiss, but do not go anywhere, please.
No problem.
Okay. See that? AP is on there. I know Swatch is right under it, and it's got Royal Pop, but you got AP, kind of branding on there. And look, I think AP as a brand is different almost than AP as a watch brand. What do you think of that? Like, are they Holy Trinity? Let me switch over to, I know they're Holy Trinity historically, and the Holy Trinity is the Holy Trinity, or at least the initial Holy Trinity, the Swiss Holy Trinity. Is that in danger? In your opinion?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. Because of the three brands of the Holy Trinity, they are by far the most popular, at least within social media. So I don't think they have any.
Branding is working. In other words, they're
the
most popular.
AP, they are so popular.
But what happens, Swiss? What happens if the auction market of Royal Oak starts taking a hit, and they become the Hublot? You called it swatchification. I'll call it Hublotification. Shout out to Hublot, not a show sponsor. Of AP. See, I'm torn because in Tormented, and I know the great Ali Reza also loves AP. And they've always been, now they've been, the one trick pony stuff, and they got the code, they have the Neo frame, blah, blah, blah. And now they have this, and they did the Travis Scott, they did the Marvel Comics. I agree. They are super popular, social media everywhere, AP branding, AP hats, AP vests. I love the AP branding too, AP gang, all that. But if their auctions start not failing, and by failing, I mean, just lower and lower pricing, does that hurt, the collectors and the ability for them to sell codes and sell Neo frames and sell offshores? Nobody wants offshores because watches are getting smaller again. Like, the trend is your friend. The trend is smaller. Help me.
I don't think so. Well, I don't think it will ever happen, because the vintage market of APs, it's already in existence. Like, you open up an auction like Phillips or Sotheby's or Christie's, unless it's like a 5402, like A series number 25. You don't have any APs going up for auctions. So AP is very, very reliant on the retail and on the recent watches.
Yeah. Well, I have to tell you, and we can move off this because we've spent a lot of time on it, which has been good. It's been a very thoughtful, thought-provoking conversation, and I appreciate you coming on to express your views and share your views about AP, about the AP collab, and everything else we talked about. Doc Mick in Florida, hello. Chili Badger, appreciate you guys. We appreciate you, Chili. Captain Subby, I only have one no date. That's it. What do you wear, dude? I wear a lot of stuff, but lately the Patek 5326. I wear my sub 1660, 16610, the Hulk occasionally. I don't know. I rotate pretty much most of my watches. The H08 I'll throw on. Kind of a mix, but the newest was the Patek. I'm trying to think what else, Swiss. I don't know what else I go to. I gravitate. I wore the AP until the crown I pulled the crown out, so I can't wear that right now. That's
Do
done.
You still have the Breitling?
No.
No, you sold that one.
No, that was within a year. I move on. If I move on, I move on quick. Either I move on quick or I hold it for like forever. There's like no middle ground almost. I still have my Omega Speedy Tokyo that I keep threatening to get rid of it. I have my Calatrava. I don't wear that much. The 22 sets, the dress piece. That's just very, very special occasions. My Coke. I love having the Coke.
Do you still have the Patek? Was it a 6000?
6006G? No. No, I
Let's
traded
build that
that
one too.
when I traded that when I got the 5227G.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm sorry, 5227 R. No, the yellow one, the J, yellow gold. I have the 5227J, the 5326G. I'm missing an R. So some of those codes, the AP codes, the Aventurine code, really, really beautiful, and the Star Wheel code. The Aventurine perpetual calendar is cheap, relatively speaking. By cheap, I mean $50,000. Marco posted one of those in the chat, or over 50,000, 52 or something. But some of those
That's a
codes,
lot of money, man.
I know shit, but it's a perpetual calendar.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know, it's not terrible.
I mean, if you want a perpetual by AP, just buy a vintage one for 15,000. That's much better.
That is much better. But you're talking about
38 mil ultra thin with an ultra classic design that's never gonna, get out of.
Well, you're not talking about a Royal Oak, though. You're talking about the
No.
Edward Piguet or the.
No, well, I think it's a Jules Audemars or whatever. But yeah, those vintage AP calendars.
Oh, I know
calendars.
those. Oh, those are phenomenal. I don't think they were. I don't think they were that inexpensive. But they're too small.
So good looking.
Too small for me. What? They're what? How small are those?
I think it's 38. Maybe even smaller. Yeah.
I think they're a little smaller. If they were 38, I would buy one because, I mean, you get the Patek perpetual calendar. I think it's the 5940 or the 5450, whatever the hell the number is. It's the 37 mil perpetual calendar. They have it in white gold. I think they have all three precious metals, white, yellow,
they
and
look
rose.
good too.
I love those, man. Mr. G has one of those. He got
Are those too small for you?
Gold. I don't know. Marco says yes. He thinks they are 30 because they're 37. My Calatrava currently is 39.
Why do you listen to Marco? You have to listen to yourself.
No, I don't listen to him, but he's part of my advisory team, as are you, and OC. No, not OC. I don't tell OC if I got to watch until after I got it. But you, not that he wouldn't be on my advisory team. I just generally speak to Marco or even JJ or you. I can't have too many people on this board. Nothing will get done. Or I just do what I want and just buy. Marco told me not to get the the Cookie Monster chili. I have the cookie. The white gold Cookie Monster, otherwise known as the blueberry. So we've been sticking with 19 viewers. Hey, Swiss, you know what I really want to do? I want to buy an Anderson Genève. Talk me out of it. Or a Crayon.
Oh, no, I'm going to talk you into it.
I know.
No, that's an awesome brand.
I know. Which one? Anderson Genève?
Yeah. What was the other one?
Crayon.
Oh, Crayon. Good luck, man. They are so expensive.
Crazy expensive.
Yeah.
Crazy. I can't do it. It's too.
I think you could get a Crayon within like 1 or 2 years. I don't remember.
Yeah. No, they said, they did. They said 15, 12 to 15 months. But I have to tell you, I know I can get them from pre-owned under retail for like 20,000 under retail, according to my sources.
That would be nice, man. I love Crayon watches so much. And you never see them. Like you so rarely see them. And whenever
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, whenever we are at a watch gathering or something like this and someone shows up with a crayon, ooh man.
Does that happen? You know what I'm gonna do? For those who are watching, because they deserve because the auction results of Crayon have been quite strong.
Just the complication is so cool.
Hold on.
So unique.
Let's give
like
people,
I think it's
value
like the
for
only
money.
brand that does this.
Here we go. This is perfect. Wait, what were you saying?
Yeah, just the complication of the watch is so cool.
The Anywhere.
The Anywhere. Yeah.
sunrise and sunset anywhere in the world.
Yeah, you can just configure it like anywhere in the world.
So we're gonna give the viewers, they're in for a treat right now. I don't know if they actually deserve this, to be honest, but I like to keep it our secret here, but what the hell? All right, here we are, Swiss. Crayon. And where they're from, the Valley des Joux or somewhere? Not the Valley des Joux. I made that up.
I think. I don't know. I have no
somewhere.
clue.
Okay, they're from somewhere. Yeah, here's the Anywhere movement. All right, so here's the Pac-Man. How do I get that others? There we go. There we go. Here's the Pac-Man. So this is the Anywhere movement, which gives you the time and gives you the sunrise and sunset. And you see, I don't know how they did this, but they have the Pac-Man cherry, the Pac-Man guy, right? Are you seeing this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about as full screen as I can get here. Around there, and I guess look at this They even have Pac-Man on the. What is this? What's this time here, Swiss? Is it
That's
date?
a calendar.
Wow, so they even have the calendar movement, so that's on top
yearly calendar if you look at it.
Okay. Annual?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So annual
so you
calendar.
have the days and second
there's the months.
hand for the months.
Yeah. Days. What the fuck? What do they have? So what's this, Swiss? They have an hour hand here.
Yeah. No. So the big one is for the day.
Okay.
So you see
that?
1 through 29.
Oh, this is the month. They got the month
and
on
then
the
it's the
inside.
month. Yeah.
Very cool. So it almost looks like it could be a dual time, but it's not. Like in terms of this could be like a second time zone, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's the month because you have, well, I don't even know how to read this, but this is December, and I guess this is January.
July.
It says June.
It's juin in French. So June.
All right. Well, this is a terrible example because it says Pac-Man on the left and the right. So forget that. But they do have the Pac-Man ghosts, which are really cool. I would not buy this one, but here's the any. So they have the any day and anywhere. So there's two different. At least they have more than this, but any day is different than anywhere. Pioneering displays the month in full at a single glance. Whatever that means, right? The month in full.
Yeah, whatever that means.
Who knows? I'm not going to get into that right now. But here's the models I love. One of these two. Here we go.
Yeah.
In the white, I think this was your favorite of the Anywhere models. In the white gold. And I got to tell you, something about this one in rose is pulling at me. I just feel, I know, because we see blue so much.
Yeah, I mean, one or the other. I don't care. Just get one of.
Oh, you don't care, but it's a substantial purchase, Swiss. This is 150,000 or USD, give or take, plus minus 20. That's a huge decision.
It is
to buy one or the other. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't want to have buyer's remorse after spending all that money. See, there's the sun,
you don't.
right? So there's the sunset or whatever, and then somewhere else is the sunrise. There's your annual, or as you said, yearly calendar. I like this because it has the blue. This is, to me, like, I don't know. It just the guilloche pattern there that kind of funnels down. Unbelievable. And this is also tremendous. Both of them. You're right. You can't go wrong. But this one speaks to me, the white, the white with the rose a little bit more.
And you can customize you can customize the dial. So that center coin thing piece, you can have it made in cloisonné enamel or whatever guilloche you want. They do it, no problem.
I'm taking a quick glance at the golf. I think this guy may have Wyndham Clark may have birdied 16. Yeah. Oh, big fist bump. Sorry, Swiss. Look at this. He's putting. It's going down the hill slowly. Disappears in the hole. Fist pump. Holy shit. I think he may pull this thing off. Wow. I love that. I think he's Oh shit! He must have been tied, and now he's back in the lead. Okay. Anyway, back to watches. Beautiful. Crayon is insane.
Yeah.
So here's the three: everywhere, any day, anywhere, everywhere. That's a very complex watch, man. Yeah, but if you get
Yeah.
a custom Swiss, you get this customized, you're adding another 20 grand onto the watch, aren't you? Or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So let's just have fun. One of my favorite brands. Now let's go. Last thing before I'm going to have to call it a day. Thanks to everyone. Like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you guys. We're going to share something else right now. I think you'll like this. I'm going to share my screen again. And here we go. You seeing that? Yep. Okay, good. Cookies. I'll reject those. Anderson Genève, baby. And I know someone in the chat, who was it? Chili, was it? Or Doc Mick? Yeah, Anderson World Timers. Yeah, cookies, incredible. Let's catch up a little bit. Thanks for joining Mike the Mistake. Okay, perfect one and done. True. Took me 3 years. Oh, that's awesome. Several after. I get one a year from now, so 2018. Yep. Okay. Chili, thumbs up. Thanks for the stream, guys. You're welcome, Chili. Thanks for the support. Mike the Mistake, Doc Mick, Original OC. Appreciate you. Hurricane, Tan the Man. Appreciate you. Swiss, of course. Thanks for coming on. Timely Behavior. Your friend Mikey from way back when. Jen G from the beginning. I don't know if she's hanging in there. And everybody else. Like, subscribe, tell your friends about it. Comment, blah, blah, blah. Upvote. Here we go. I like this one that you and I saw together when we were speaking to that gentleman who was, I think, the CEO or president of.
Yeah, he was the CEO.
Really nice gentleman. And these pieces, I know he had this one in the metal, one of these. I think this is in rose, right? With this, I guess.
Yeah, these are awesome, fully customable.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want in the center of the dial. And actually, these are big watches. I mean, on your wrist, it's pretty nice.
I mean, look at the teardrop lugs on these. It reminds me of Corne de Vache, in terms of the lugs. Really special. I like the hand. The hand style there. I don't know what you'd call that. Well, these are Dauphine, the ones on the left.
Yes, these are Dauphine.
Dauphine. I don't know about these, but they have skeletonized hour and minute. And I know they describe, at least the center of this is some part of the world, and it's hand, it's closing A. Is that Benjamin Chi does these or no?
I don't think it's Benjamin Chi. I think it's just this is Guilloche.
By the way, let's not discredit this jumping hours too. I mean,
yeah, this is awesome.
I'm going to press this. I don't know if this is going to jump on your page. Let's see. Oh, it did. Good. Look at these jump. I'm torn because I like these jump hours as well. This is the Asprey with stone. That's a stone. What dial is that? Do you know?
I don't know.
The
could
stone,
be some kind of jade, something.
That's what I was thinking
I don't know,
too.
some precious stone.
Gorgeous.
Absolutely. You know what's nice is if you ask kindly, they can do whatever you want.
Mother of pearl. Mother of pearl is nice. I love this one too.
Intricate guilloche pattern that is really nice.
Look at this rising sun. So Swiss. If I got an Anderson Genève, right? I'm torn because let's put aside crayon, it's too expensive. I'm torn because I literally love these jumping hours. And this rising sun speaks to me. I don't care what color, what dial you get, mother of pearl in this kind of black black matte finish here. Well, this is a stone, pure black jade,
Jade. Yeah,
jadeite.
jade.
That's in jade. Beautiful black dial. I mean, crazy. You know, it's got 8, and then the bottom. So what is it? 4. What are these? 10-minute markers? 10,
That's the
22.
minutes.
Yep.
And on top you have the hour.
Yep. Very clean.
So
They
right
got
now
that
on this watch is
little-
459.
There you go. They have that little touch of, I guess, rose gold on the crown.
Mhm.
I guess there, matching the color of the Anderson
it.
Genève. Me too.
Nice.
I think it's. I like this one the most though. The Rising Sun, tribute to Japan. It's got the tie-in with Japan. Absolutely insane. The closest one I could put to this watch would be the that LVMH jumping hours. You know, when they did the hell do they call that? The one that's all gold and it gets scratches on it. It's supposed to be it like when they sell it, it's got no scratches. It's Louis Vuitton came out with it, and the tambour.
Oh yes, yes, yes. I see.
It's a struggle between the tambour, which I know one of the collectors in our community, Doc Mick in Florida has. Not Doc Mick in Florida, Doc and his watch, who's also down in Florida. He got one of those. And the guy who was stalking me, I think, knew about the tambour when we were in Geneva. But I think this beats it, to be honest.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But these
This
are
is
not
much more refined by far.
these are expensive timepieces. I mean, I think we're in the 40.
Yeah, like 50K.
Yeah. And it's it's a lot
I
of
mean,
money.
it's much more affordable than the crayons.
Much more affordable, being a relative term, of course.
Yeah.
You know, but you're right. I mean, you can get a day date, or you can get an Anderson Genève. One of a few, because they make only a handful of watches, like hundreds in the low hundreds or in the hundreds.
I think even less.
I mean, think about that. You think they would collab with Swatch?
They are like 3 or 4 in the atelier. That's all. So yeah, not much. What was the question? Collab?
Would they collab with Swatch?
I'd love to, but I don't think it's
you
gonna work.
you or Anderson Genève? I mean, that was a rhetorical question, but the answer is they wouldn't. But look at this thing. I mean, I don't like this. This dogs around a poker table. So they have cards there. That's interesting.
Yeah, and this one that you were showing, it's an automaton, like fully functionable.
Oh, it's like a ton of.
Look at that world time with the gem set.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Okay, so this is one golden pound to the world timer, 45 years of Anderson Genève, and then it was what Sven Anderson came out of Patek Philippe. Is that right?
I think it was Patek Philippe. Yes, I think it was Patek Philippe.
3 versions, limited to 15 watches each. So this is the Communication 45, and I don't know how Sven Anderson fits into this brand, but he does somehow.
So you see this the small the small blue one.
Yeah.
So this is a vintage piece, and it is the thinnest and smallest world time ever made, even to this day.
Well, I held this in my hand at Geneva with you.
Yeah.
But it was the gray.
They have one as a museum piece that they can show around.
It was the gray. I think the grayish.
It was a white gold, no, platinum with a black world map.
Okay, that's close enough. But the one that appeals to me is the brown, just because of the earth tones, and it's I don't even know if it's not really a map, or is it? No, I think it might be a map.
So it is you can see it's a map of Europe.
This one here, right?
Yeah. So
I
the
love it.
golden part is Europe, and
Mhm.
it's like the ocean around it.
Wow. The ocean in a brown that matches. Well, they picked the strap to match the colorway of well, this
Yeah.
ocean. Well, it's a
It
brown,
looks
so it's
really
not
good
like a
with the
blue.
rose gold.
Well,
Looks
when you
awesome.
say ocean, you're talking about this brown, or you're talking about the blue?
Oh, I was talking about the brown.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay, just wanted to clarify. And
And
there's the
look, you
movement.
have the matching gold weight that has been guilloched on top to replicate the same finishing.
Yep. And look at this, 0 of
Looks awesome.
15,
Yeah.
numbered.
Looks almost like a butterfly wing or something like that.
Oh, actually, yeah. I didn't think about that. Very, very creative. So that is an excellent description of the rotor. Yeah, see that you get a sense of the color. Like, look at the. It just looks like it has so much more
Yeah,
depth.
that looks very good.
Yeah,
I
and
love it.
in the metal, as you know, because we've seen them when we were there, it just is even more spectacular. These images don't do it justice. Let's see, is there any other collections? Jumping hours we've seen. So they got 5 different ones. The 40th anniversary. Then they have the collab with Asprey, blah blah. Constantine Shaken. Oh, the automaton Joker. Okay, I don't want to see that. World Timers. Oh, Celestial Voyager. There we go. There was one that had hot air balloons. It might be this one.
Yeah. So yeah,
There we go.
it's that one.
There we go. It's that one. So this was and this looks like it's this one's steel Swiss.
No. These are platinum.
Okay, so this one here is platinum on the left, and then this is a combination of platinum and rose.
Probably.
Probably. Right? With the look at the lugs.
Yeah.
Look at the carve
Yeah.
out, the scalloped lugs.
Yeah.
The look at that design. Jesus.
The wings. Yeah. So
wing?
this is it uses the same case as Higgins World Time that he got from Anderson. So the on the first series, so this is the Benjamin Chi collab. So this was
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You know what I mean? With I don't know if that taints the watch in some way. Like it doesn't. I'm just teasing. But shout out to Higgins.
It's an amazing watch.
JQH.
I mean,
it is, and
absolutely.
you get the cloisonné style. Is it cloisonné? I guess.
Yeah, and
crazy.
Just as he did, if you ask, they can customize the center picture, do whatever style of finishing on the rotor. Everything is customable. You can customize the outer ring, the inner ring. Many things you can do.
Yeah. Well, because look, you could even see in this one. This one has this hot air balloon front and center, like a little bit more closer to you in terms of the depth perception. And then in this one, which I kind of like, if you went with this style, and of course you could do this one. This looks like it has I used to work there. This is the Chrysler building, and it looks like the Concorde.
Yeah.
Combination with blue. That's pretty wild. The Concorde, they discontinued the Concorde, and the Chrysler is still going strong. Shout out to both. Not show sponsors, by the way, Swiss, because we don't have. Maybe we can get a hot air balloon company to sponsor the show.
We could order a hot air balloon, and the balloon is a huge head of Mr. GMT.
Oh, that would be tremendous. I would go in a hot air balloon. I'm not a huge fan of hot air balloons. They had them out in Utah when I went out there once, but I did not go in one. I mean, that would be something of an experience, but I don't know how, if I would freak out.
When I was a kid, a few times I went up in a hot air balloon. I mean, it's fun for like 10 minutes, and then everything is so slow Like
I'd
going
freak
up
out.
is super slow.
Yeah, I don't know if I could handle it.
You're
to
up
be
there
honest.
for an hour or two, and then coming down is super slow.
I don't.
And
I'd need restraints because an hour or two in a confined space, 30,000, not 30,000 feet, 1,000 feet, maybe 500 feet. I don't know how high up it goes, and then you have that helium, right? The fire that's blasting in that thing.
Yep.
Cool experience. I don't know how I would feel once I was up there, and there's no way out. So you're there. You just got to
There's
be
no way out.
patient. You got to be patient until it. But it's serene. I'm sure it's a, peaceful experience, I guess, or not. But I like this one. But I have no connection with hot air balloons, other than they look
Yeah, just ask for something else.
right. Well, or just don't get the Benjamin Chi version.
Get the one that you liked that
No,
looks more
right.
vintage. This one.
Yes, this one. Yeah,
That's awesome.
it is. It is. All right, Swiss. We have crossed 2 hours, the 2 hour and 15 minutes threshold. And Doc Mick, thank you. A lot of gold in the watches. Jen G's still here. Thanks for hanging in. She made it to the end. If FP Joint can't attain his watches, Anderson Jeff Safe is doing the Chi collab. Yeah, I agree with that. Chi collab is awesome, by the way. We're just talking about one of the folks that used to be prevalent in our community, very active in I'm not sure what he's doing these days, but he bought one of these Anderson Geneves with Benjamin Chi doing the dial, and he customized it, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, he also got that crazy Langa too, right?
True.
The one,
Yes.
the one
Absolutely.
that I don't even know what that one is called, but that was pretty wild. Yep, Chili, we got you. All right, Swiss. I'm gonna wrap. I'm gonna call it a show. This is a wrap. Any final thoughts before I end the stream, and then I'm gonna have to just go straight to watching the end of the golf. So I'm not gonna be on the after panel with you tonight.
Yeah, no problem. No final thoughts. Just good night, everybody.
Okay. Well, you heard it here first. No final thoughts. That was Swiss. Appreciate him coming on and sharing the stream. Maybe we'll do another one in the not so distant future, but I'll give you advance notice, and
Okay, good.
we can have an agenda. That would be great.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Thanks again, Swiss, and thanks everyone for watching. Appreciate you. Happy Father's Day. Peace.
See ya.